Welcome to the City of Miramar's Business Connect, where we connect your business to what's important. My name is Johnny Douglas, and I'm your host. Today, we will be exploring a new software that the City of Miramar has, and it's called BluDot. This software helps connect our businesses to our community and help them to grow their businesses on a platform that is safe and secure for them. We have our guest panelists today, the founder and owner of BluDot and her team. We have with us Miss Sophia Zane. How are you? Good morning.
Hey, Johnny, thanks for having us.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. And would like to introduce your team to us?
Yes, Leaf, do you want to say a few words?
Hi, I'm the customer success manager at BluDot. I've been there for about 6 months.
Oh, Lee, it's good to have you on board as well. We also have gracing our podcast today, Paul Njoroge, my coworker. He helps with the BluDot. Are you the mastermind behind it, Paul?
I would like to say that, but since the founder is here, I can't say that. So.
Exactly. All right. But Paul does a very good job of making sure our business connect to BluDot where they can grow their businesses. Right now, I'd like to get right into, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge that this month, we're celebrating women's, we're celebrating Women History this month. And congratulations to all our women around the world who dedicate their lives to making our workforce, our families, and our communities better. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Well, right now, I'd like to get down to the real knit and grit of why we're here. We want to know about this new platform, BluDot, that the City of Miramar, and I can tell you, everyone, every business owner who's listening to the podcast, it is a great tool to use for your business to help grow your business and navigate through communities so they can know you and you can get to know them. So I'd like to move out of the way and allow Miss Sophia to go ahead and give us an overview of BluDot.
Sounds great. Thanks, Johnny. BluDot is a software platform that we created to help local cities, just like City of Miramar, to support and engage with their local businesses. I'll speak a few words about the founding story. What inspired the creation of BluDot was that we actually got into a partnership with a local city's economic development team. Their economic development team at the time was a total of 1.3 full-time people in charge with all supporting all the local businesses in their city. So it was really important for them that they have the tools and the platform that they need to really maximize their impact with their limited time. So we were selected as their startup partner. During the 16 weeks, we literally had a desk in the city hall, and we built the entire platform from scratch through that collaboration. So as you can see, working with small to medium-sized cities, economic development teams is really near and dear to our hearts, and that's exactly how we got started. Since then, we have expanded to communities across 21 states, and City of Miramar was one of our first cities in the state of Florida for us to have the pleasure to welcome to BluDot. So thank you, Paul, for your leadership.
Well, we're delighted to have you as part of our team because it has made a big difference in our business community. First question for you, Sophia, is what inspired the creation of the company? Like, how did it? Like, I know you gave us the background of it, but what inspired it? Have you ran into any kind of issues that you saw that made spark that this needs to happen?
Yeah, when we got into that partnership with the local city, it was really striking to me how much we can do as a startup in terms of providing the innovation and the tools that a city can use to really maximize their impact. It's really striking to me just the lack of tools that they had and also how much difference we can make. So that's really inspiring to us as a young company, but also inspiring all of us every day in terms of making the impact that we can as we continue to enhance the platform and new features.
Thank you so much for explaining that to us because yes, that is one of the biggest issues that most municipalities have. And I'm so glad that we as the City of Miramar has stepped up and addressed that issue and we're moving forward in a positive manner to help our businesses. And what I'd like to ask now is, how is it beneficial to our businesses? What can they gain from BluDot?
Great question. So we do have a few different tools that the City of Miramar is using to support local businesses. One part of it is to help the city be more systematic and streamlined in their communication with local businesses. And the reason why that's helpful for the local businesses is that the city has a wealth of resources that they are eager to share with you for all of our business owner listeners on the podcast. So make sure that you get those resources from the city, and it's going to really help you grow your business in the city. The second
Absolutely.
part is the business directory part, which is the BluDot Open. The reason that's really helpful is that just to get your business online on a digital platform that's sponsored by the city. Paul can probably speak more to that, but it's been really helpful for our businesses in all of our other municipalities just to be able to promote their services online in a channel that's officially sponsored by the city.
Thank you, Sophia. I really appreciate that explanation. I hope our business community is listening to this because it is really vital information for them to help to grow their business. Paul, question for you. By you being our monitor in the City of Miramar here, have you noticed, is BluDot easy? Is it easy for business owners and residents to navigate through the platform? Do you find it easy for them to do that?
It's the most difficult. I'm just joking. I would probably say, to be honest, is if you have touched a smartphone, you can work with the system. If you have opened your messenger, if you have called someone, if you have dialed or even tried to find a map to go somewhere, you can use the system. That's how easy it is.
Well, Liv, I can ask you a question. Do you think BluDot is for everyone?
Yeah, I think it definitely it's a great way to get your business online. So first of all, I think it's great for early stage businesses who haven't invested in either the technology to put up a website, to businesses who have been around in the community for a very long time. So it's a platform for all sorts of businesses, for residents to be able to discover what businesses are in the area as well.
Okay. Well, Liv, I know you said you've been in the company not too long, so I won't ask you too many questions, but I want to ask you this one last question. The question is, um, business owners are very, very time-consumed people. They really don't have a lot of time to do the little details that it takes to keep their business going. Question for you is it time-consuming for a business owner to do this, or is it fairly quick and easy for them to do?
We make it as quick and easy for business owners as possible. We understood that from working with economic development professionals, that they have already been working with business professionals for years and years longer than we had. So it was, we definitely prioritized making the platform as quick for business owners as possible. And I'm sure Paul
Awesome. Well,
knows that as well. So
okay. Well, awesome, Liv. And are you sure you've been with the company for a short period of time? It sounds like you've been there for a while.
We throw them into the deep end, Johnny.
yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, Sophie, I'm coming back to you now. I'd like to ask, developing BluDot and seeing it run in its form now. What are some of the challenges that you seem to face with it, if any?
Great question. I think what keeps me up at night every day would just be to make sure that more cities are aware that these tools are available for them, to be able to support their local businesses. And technology really can do a lot in terms of maximizing their impact. So I would love for more cities to know about these and to follow the model that at the City of Miramar that Paul has set, just to replicate these things in a way that is the right fit for their community, is one thing that is really important for us. I would say the other thing is when it comes to data, we really want to make sure that we provide the right data and good sets of data to our local cities on the platform. Data is extremely critical for economic development, just to be able to know what kinds of businesses are in town and how they can best support them, what do they need the most, All of these things are challenges. Challenges were basically things that we're trying to solve at BluDot, in addition to the tools that we're providing.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hoping that other municipalities are listening, because I can tell you firsthand, Paul is excited about it. We have our assistant director here, who's we call Mr. BluDot, because he has gone nuts with the BluDot format. I'm getting on board with it as well. Paul, one question I have, Paul, I have another question for you. The question is because data is so important to municipalities, because it shows us where we can grow and some of the things we need to change or tweak a little bit to make it work better for the city and for the businesses. When you're looking at BluDot data, what are the key elements you're looking for our businesses that you feel that can help them grow their business more so?
Definitely, great question, Johnny. And before I get into that, I really would want to shout out and give respect where it's due to my director, Anita Feitera, and my assistant director, Richard, because without them, we wouldn't have this system. They're the ones who empower the whole entire team to do what we're doing. So definitely without their leadership, we won't have the system. And one thing that they're very keen on is data. Data drives the gears of how we develop our businesses here. So the more data that we can receive from your businesses, for example, promotions, for example, do you deliver? Do you take out? Are you changing location? The more data that we get, the more that we're able to help the small businesses and medium-sized and growing businesses. So yes, data is key to the growth of our city and our businesses, and eventually our residents feeling comfortable living here.
That's great, Paul. One thing I've noticed about BluDot when I'm going through it and navigating through it is real-time data. And that is really, really key to municipalities. And BluDot really, really gravitates to that very well. It gives you in the minute, in the second data, what's going on, which is pretty cool for a municipality to run numbers on and to better situate ourselves for future help to our businesses. All right, so our next question will go to Sophia. I'm gonna pick on you again. I'm gonna pick on you. I have a question here for you. The question is, what motivates you to get up in the morning and go to work? Just a simple question.
Yes.
Get away from BluDot just for a minute and let's get personal for a while.
Yeah, and that's a really important question for me because I'm actually not a morning person. So anything that motivates me to get up out of bed in the morning is very, very meaningful. Anyways,
so lots of coffee.
I have my coffee right next to me. Anyways, jokes aside, I would say just being able to create something from scratch in our startup journey has been really meaningful for us, and to see the impact that it does have for our local cities, to know that we created tools that is actually doing some good in the world is really meaningful for us, and to be able to work with cities just like Paul, and to grow our team with folks like Leave has been new things for us as a young startup founder, but definitely every day it motivates me to get out of bed.
Wow, that's awesome. And I know you keep saying that you're a young startup founder, but right now to the City of Miramar, you are pretty much in your prime right now. So we appreciate what you're doing. What can we expect future-wise for BluDot? How do you see
Yeah.
how's it going? Where's it going?
How is it going?
Yeah.
Where is the future? Well,
Yeah.
we hope for BluDot to be in as many small to medium-sized cities as possible. We really want to make sure that our platform is accessible, affordable, and can do a lot of good for the small cities out there, small, medium-sized cities all across the country. We are focusing on adding functionalities to the platform that can help our cities as well as the local businesses. So BluDot Open is just at the beginning of that. All of our engineers and our team are hard at work to make sure that the platform can do more for our cities, building on the foundation that we already have so far. So that's really exciting for us. yeah, we're excited for that future.
Okay. Another question for you. I'm see, guys. You're just here for the ride right now because I'm talking to Sophia right now. Okay, so just give me a moment. Sophia, I know most municipalities when they look into a software um, outside the cost because they're using tax dollars, they want to make sure it's spent well spent. What I'd like to
Mhm.
know is how when you set up the meeting for municipalities and you go over BluDot, is there is there some kind of system that you use to maybe fill out what the municipality are looking for? How does it fit their city? What are some of those things you go through that you can explain to our municipalities who are listening so they'll know what to look for?
Yeah, sounds good. Even from the first day that you schedule a new city schedule a demo with us, we go through a few questions just to understand what is it that the city is looking for so that we can best cater our presentation towards that needs. Another thing that we really focus on, even from our first interaction, is to pre-populate a workspace for them during our first demo with actual business data in their community so that they can see what data is already out there that some of the bigger cities might already be using, but we can make it available for you, even though you may only have a few hundred or a few thousand businesses, and that's totally okay. So those are the things that we really focus on, even from our first interaction, is how can we help the specific workflow or the specific processes and the team at that particular.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome. So listening to what you just said, your range for residents and businesses and municipalities is a wide range. You can go from the lower spectrum to the very high spectrum of businesses in the
Absolutely.
area. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. I love this. Well, as Paul Noah, I'm calling him on the phone all the time for BluDot. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. How can I get it to do this? How can I do it to do that? Paul is very, very good with BluDot and patient with me getting me through the program. But I can honestly say that some of the things that challenges that I've had are my own. It's not BluDot at all. It seems to be that they're my own, but I love the software. I love the platform that it offers for our businesses and for the city of Miramar because I think it puts Miramar on the map when it comes to how we connect, how we recognize our businesses, and how we are willing to help our businesses grow and be successful, but also sustainability within our community. We're working towards having less revolving door of businesses coming in and then
For
leaving.
sure.
So to do that, we have to provide information and resources that will keep them planted here in the city of Miramar. Okay? So we thank you for being part of that journey for us of successfully having businesses plant their business here, stay here, and never leave. Okay.
For sure.
Well, yeah, a question for Paul and Sophie or Liz. Any one of you guys can answer this question. How can our listeners connect with you online?
Paul, do you want to get started?
I was about to say it's Women International Day. I was about to give you guys the platform to how they can connect with you guys. That would be the best. I guess I can throw it to Liv. How can they connect with you? And then Sophia, how can they connect with you? And then I can guide them on how they can connect with us through BluDot.
Awesome, awesome,
Sounds
awesome. Well, like I said in the beginning, it is Women History Month. So I'm going to ask each of you this question. What woman in your life has inspired you to do and become great? What woman has inspired you to reach for the stars? And
great question. Lee, do you want to start?
That's a big question. I would probably say local to my community where I grew up, the university president, Sister Thomas Balder, was a very influential person in my life, and definitely like inspired a lot of the leadership roles that I tried to take on when I was younger, and was just a huge community fixture that was really inspirational for me, and the way that she connected with everyone around her. So
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I'm going last.
Okay. I think for me, I'm gonna have to say something very cheesy, my mom. But that's just because she herself is also an entrepreneur and a founder. I saw her building her company from nothing to something very successful during my formative years. I remember her just even in late nights after we have dinner, she would be sitting at the dining table, still working, and making sure that our, whatever we needed was there, but also making sure that her career is progressing, which is really inspiring for me to see. And I think that's one of the reasons why I felt that I can take the leap and do a startup myself, is because I have that role models in my life where I can look up to.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
I'm also gonna fall under the cliche and say my grandmother.
Okay.
So growing up in Africa, my grandmother used to wake up about 3 a.m. in the morning, go to the garden, get the flowers because she used to sell flowers at that time, and make sure that they were all packed in a truck, and then get on the truck, go to town, just in the cusp of the morning, like around 5 a.m., and sell the flowers by 7, and then come home just in time to make all of us breakfast. So my grandmother was an inspiration to this day.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. Well, I'm gonna not fall far from where you guys went. I'm gonna say my daughter. My daughter inspires me to do and to be and to not let anything be an excuse for me. My daughter, who has gone through chemo, graduated from Iowa State University, um, the top of her class with almost a 4.9 something point average, going through chemo, and she's landed a great job working for someone who really understands her medical issues. But she never stopped. She never stopped trying. She never stopped believing. She never stopped reaching for the stars. And I remember one day she called me up and she said, "Dad, I'm feeling so bad." I said, "What happened?" She says, "I took my test and I got a B." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Really?" She said, "Yes, it was an easy A for me and I got a B." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I says, "Okay, if that's what you're worried about." I says, "Daddy's proud of you no matter if it's a B or A or even a C." She says, "No, it's not good enough." But that's her attitude. Her attitude is that fight and that drive to keep going. And that's what inspires me. She's a phenomenal woman. And I think everybody who we mentioned today are phenomenal women who keep our communities, our business world, our children, and even ourselves going and reaching for the stars. So we thank you again for giving us the insight of who inspires you, but also we thank women in Women History Month. So to close us out, uh, which has been a great, great podcast for me. I really enjoyed it. To close us out, Sophia, what advice do you give someone who is looking to maybe start up their own business?
Yeah, my advice is to just get started.
Wow.
Oftentimes, getting started is the hardest part, believe it or not. Just to taking that first step and getting started, even if it's a small step, get a domain for your website or whatever the next step is, right? And just get started, is often the biggest difference you'll make. And I would say, as you do a startup or start a business, there will be many things that don't go your way, and that's okay. Um, the most important thing is that you learn from what's happened and do better next time. And you will reveal to you all of your greatest strengths and your biggest weaknesses. That's the very soul searching part of doing a startup. But it's, at the end of the day, I think the learnings and the growth is well worth it beyond whatever the outcome might be.
Thank you, thank you. I'm quite sure that really, really encouraged a lot of potential business owners out there to just take the leap of faith. Just go out and just, you know what, and failure is not a bad thing. It's a learning process, and we go through that. And the one thing about failure is you learn and you keep going and say, okay, maybe I'll try it this way instead of going that way with it. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here. We love BluDot in the City of Miramar. Um, we will have the information posted on this podcast of how people can reach you, Sophia, how people can reach and get in contact with Paul, who want to know more about the software BluDot, how it can benefit their municipalities as well. Also, if you are looking at your business owner out there and you are looking to do business with the City of Miramar, if you want to start up a business in the City of Miramar or are looking for a brick and mortar in the City of Miramar, please, before you sign any lease, before you do any agreement, come to our City Hall, talk to us so we can help guide you through all the legalities of getting your business started successfully in our city. Our number one goal is to provide you information, resources that can help you grow your business successfully and have a sustainability impact to our community. Also, if you are listening and you need to know what's going on in the City of Miramar, please go to our website, miramarfl.gov/business pulse, and sign up for our business pulse newsletter. You'll find all the information that you need to know about what's going on in the City of Miramar. We are the most busiest city, I think, in South Florida. So there's always something going on. There's always something that you can learn and grow from in the City of Miramar. Again, thank you for joining us today. Thank you, BluDot team. We love you and City of Miramar, and thank you for helping us grow our business in the city. Again, I say to all the listening audience out there, be kind, be nice, but most importantly, stay connected. Thank you, guys.
All right.
It wasn't too hard, was
Yay.
it?
Yeah.